This is the Angels Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Angels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
This curse. I can't take this 500 curse. It's getting ridiculous at this point. Hello, Halo Nation. Hello, Halo hopefuls, and welcome back to the latest edition of the Locked On Angels Postcast. Coming at you live, as always, after every single Angels game. As always, right here live on the Locked On Angels YouTube channel, and after the fact, both on the channel and wherever you get the Locked On Angels audio podcast feed. If you don't know who I am, what's going on, everybody? My name is Gavin Carlson, former credentialed journalist in the LA area, spent 4 years covering Yusei sports, and now in year 2 with the Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every day. Our team is the Angels. And I don't know what to say at this point about this darn 500 curse. It's actually incredible. I mean, it's incredible. Something so technically meaningless, right? And for many teams, being one game over 500 or one game under 500 when you're probably not making the playoffs anyways, it shouldn't mean much. But for us, after the 8-4 start we had, after being 21 or 11-10 through 21 games, the lack of winning, the lack of competent baseball we've seen over the past few years, all we want is to finally see this team go over 500 for even a day. And once again, I think this is the fourth time in a row now that we get to 500 and we immediately lose. It's getting crazy at this point. But before we jump into this one, there's plenty to talk about. The Angels should have won this game, or very well could have at the very least, and absolutely collapse. 7-run 6th inning, another run in the 7th. We got that useless run in the 9th that we used to see all of last year. Jorge Soler. We'll get to that as well. But before we do, shout out to everyone in here. A lot of familiar faces as always. So shout out to all of you. Appreciate you guys so much. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Leave your comments. I will react to them, of course, throughout the show. And also, if you're somehow new here, it's your first time, or you're not subscribed somehow, hit the subscribe button. Not only do we have the postcast every post game, but we also have the daily show 5 days a week with the Super Halo Bros. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. But without further ado, we are going to get to a player of the game and a surprising player of the game. But before we do that, let's get to America's favorite segment.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Now, of course, the turning point is the 6th inning. It's going to come in the 6th inning. But the question is, what moment in the 6th inning where you give up 7 runs, where you see a 2-0 lead become a 7-2 deficit? What moment is the turning point? Is it when Zeferjahn comes into the ball game? Is it when he gives up the first home run? Is it when he gives up the second the second home run, which is a grand slam? No, in my opinion, the turning point is this 2-out single, not the first one, because in case you missed it, Kikuchi was throwing an absolute gem again, and it's a shame that this guy should have had 6 innings, 0 earned runs, and another win. But again, he gets screwed, and not only gets no decision, but also has to be held responsible for 2 runs. Ridiculous. This guy is getting screwed, and I feel bad for him because he came to this team as a free agent, and he said, I want to help this team make the playoffs for the first time in forever. He said that, but I don't think he realized what he signed up for. The Angels, it's a different beast, man. He has learned it this season. This guy's been phenomenal, and the record is awful because he's getting no help. But in the bottom of the 6th, he gets 2 outs, gets Riley and Ozuna to ground out. I just thought, and I do want to quickly talk about him a little bit more. The fact that Kikuchi, just the versatility, right? First time through the lineup, he's throwing the fastball, mowing through the lineup. Second time through the lineup, he's using the curveball with the fastball. Third time through the lineup, he's working the changeup. He's forcing groundouts. He was doing everything. Kikuchi was very impressive in this one. He's been really impressive in just about all of his starts. He gets 2 outs, and then, yes, of course, he does give up 2 hits. He gives up a base hit to Jurickson Profar, a hard ground ball to left field. Fine, valid base hit. Then Ozzie Albies comes up, and he hits a decently hard one up the middle. And this is the turning point, and I say it here. Is this, I didn't even put the right background up. 1 second there. I don't even have the right background up. My apologies. So you can see what I was about to say about, in my opinion, this 2-out single from Ozzie Albies being one of the most costly singles without a run that the Angels will have all season. There it is. You can see it now. And why is that? Because if you miss the game, not only does it extend the inning, but Christian Moore, our young star, who has been red hot, and I know red hot is maybe an exaggeration. He's still hitting under 200, but he has done plenty impressive things. He's won us a game or two. Christian Moore dives for the ball, and he had a great game here tonight too. 2 walks, gets on base both times. He's up, dives for the ball, does not make the play, which is fine, but he lands on his glove. And when he lands on his glove, appears to jam his thumb in his glove hand. So his left hand looks like he jams his thumb. Very weird situation here because there's a lot going on at this moment. There's 2 outs. Kikuchi's given up back-to-back singles, so there's now 2 on base. Barry Enright had just come out to talk to Kikuchi. Now Ray Montgomery's coming out, both first to look at Christian Moore. Looks at Christian Moore, wants to see if he's okay. He looks like he's in a lot of pain, but then he says, I think I'm going to be able to go. Montgomery starts walking back to the dugout. Christian Moore tries to put his glove on, realizes it hurts way too much. So then Montgomery's like, what? Okay, I got to go back out and take you out. So he takes Christian Moore out. Then he goes to the mound and he takes Yusei Kikuchi out. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I've seen plenty of you guys saying it already that Montgomery absolutely made the wrong decision. That's what you guys are saying. And this is an interesting one for me because you know how much I want to agree with you guys. You know how much I would love to just be, have the easy job of seeing what happens and then criticize the decision. But I'm always going to be honest. Criticize me or not. I'm always going to be honest about a decision and how I thought about it in the moment. And in my opinion, I knew he was going to take him out. I didn't even really think about if he should or not. You knew Ray Montgomery was going to take him out because Kikuchi, exactly 100 pitches, right? You would have loved to see him get the chance to complete it. He's the ace on your team. The ace on your team. So do I think it's the wrong decision? Do I think Kikuchi should have the right to get one more out because he's been phenomenal, because you're up 2-0. There's just barely a guy on base or a guy in scoring position, 2 guys on base. Yes, but let's not forget who was coming up, right? Sean Murphy's coming up, a righty who was in this lineup because they're going against a lefty, right? No, they have a better catcher. So the logic is let's bring in a righty. Murphy's not a guy against righties, and let's get one out. And in the moment, I did not hate it. I would have loved to see Kikuchi have the opportunity, but I did not hate it, okay? I'll be honest. So I know a lot of you guys are going to crucify me for that. You're going to say, guys, Gavin, he's your ace, right? He's dealing. 100 pitches is not that bad. I get it. But it's almost like I knew the decision was going to happen, so I tried to talk myself into it, right? Without even, I don't know what I would have thought. If this was Ron Washington, he goes out there, he does his thing where he says he's going to fire him up, and then maybe he pulls him, maybe he doesn't. So you go, I don't know. But you knew it was going to happen. So it's almost like you don't even have a chance, to think about it. Moral of the story, Zeferjahn comes in the game. And here's my other hot take is let's get right into the player of the game tonight in this ball game.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
When one team wins 8-3, certainly the player of the game has to be someone who played a big role in that win, right? Yes, and so that's no different tonight, but it's not anyone on the Atlanta Braves. The player of the game is Ryan Zeferjahn, the player of the game for the Braves, because he was freaking awful. And I see some people in here saying that my take just now was awful. I see some people in here saying I don't seem annoyed. You know what? I'm pissed off at Zeferjahn, okay? So, again, decision or not, should he have taken him out? Should he have? I don't know. I personally think I would have liked to see Kikuchi have the opportunity, but I get it. Logically, it made sense. You bring in a righty against the righty. He's just got to get one out. Let's not forget how many times the Angels have done this. I think people forget this, especially since Montgomery has been, at the helm. There's been plenty of situations in the last week or so where there's been a guy on base or two guys on base, 2 outs, and Montgomery does not wait for the starter to make one more decision. He goes to the bullpen. And I'll be honest, it's worked just about every time. He goes to the pen, they get one more out, that's it, right? Zeferjahn is the one to blame above all else because he comes in, and I don't care if it's Kikuchi or Zeferjahn or me or you. You can't throw a pitch right down the middle to start the freaking at-bat. And I get it. Sean Murphy is not the craziest hitter, but he's got 11 home runs coming into this one. You throw a changeup that catches way too much of the zone. Murphy was clearly sitting on it. He crushed it 406 feet, 103.5 exit velo. And just like that, it's 3-2 Braves. Now, you want me to be critical? I see TJ in here ripping me right now. He says, awful take. This is the ace of the staff who allowed 0 runs. The batter up had K'd both times. Great point. But in my opinion, I also think Zeferjahn has exactly. Giga Chad's right. Why can't a fresh arm like Zeferjahn strike him out then? Great point. Or you just need an out. But now here is where maybe I've been kind to Ray Montgomery for his decision to bring in Zeferjahn, but I don't know about you guys. What pisses me off is how he handles Zeferjahn the rest of this inning. This is where it's absolutely atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. So I am still very pissed off at Ray Montgomery today. Every once in a while, you're going to put in a bullpen arm and they're going to struggle and give up a home run or something. This happened to be a 3-run shot when you're up 2-0. But for him to give up a 3-run shot, give up a single after that, let the man steal a base, then walk 2 guys in a row, and then you bring a lefty up, then there's no way you still leave him in the game. And that's where I lost it. Because this, if you are going to be a guy, Ray Montgomery, if you are going to have the logic of, hey, I don't care if we need 3 outs in the inning or 1 out in the inning. If I think it's the right time to take the starter out, I'll take him out. Fair. A lot of people say there's 2 outs. Give your starter a chance to get 1 more out. Right? Valid argument. But if you're going to use the logic of, I don't care if it's just 1 more out we need to get, we're going to treat it just as important as every other out. So let's bring in a bullpen arm. Then how in the heck are you not going to use the same logic? I don't care if it's still 1 more out that you need from Zeferjahn. The fact that he gives up a 3-run shot, gives up a single, and then walks 2 in a row, and then there's a lefty coming up. I don't care if there's only 1 more out to get. You have to take him out of the ballgame, man. You've got Reed Detmers. You've got Brock Burke. You've got 2 lefties who can come in against Matt Olson and get 1 out. Right? I get it. Once Acuna comes up and there's 2 guys on base, you're terrified of him. You pitch around him, you walk him. But walking the 9-hole hitter, Nick Allen, cardinal sin, criminal offense, ridiculous, right? The single was a blooper to Michael Harris, cool. You let him steal second, but you walk the 9-hitter and then put yourself in a situation where you have to walk Acuna because you're not confident you're going to get him out. Fine. But the moral of the story is, Montgomery, if you're going to lose the logic of we don't care if there's only 1 out to get, we're taking a pitcher out when it's the right time. Fair. but live by your freaking morals if you have them. Live by your ideals and take him out before he gives up the deciding swing. Because again, let's be honest, guys, if it's 3-2 going into the 7th, are we pissed off that Zeferjahn blew the lead? Oh, of course. But you're telling me the Angels have 3 more innings to score 1 run when if there's one thing this team has been good at, it's scoring at least 1 run in the last 3 innings of the ball game, right? So if it's 3-2, okay, sucks we blew it, but we're going to learn a lot about our team right now, the same way we learned a lot about our team yesterday when it was 0-0 going into the 8th, 3-2 going in the 7th, another coin flip game. But man, oh man, the fact that you let him give up a 3-run home run, you let him then give up a single, you let him then walk 2 guys in a row to load the bases, and he still has the right to pitch to one of their best hitters, a lefty. That was the nail in the coffin for me in terms of both Zeferjahn, who then, by the way, in case you didn't watch, he gave up a freaking grand slam. But if that wasn't bad enough, the decision to leave him in the game was ridiculous. And you completely blow the game right there. 3-2, it's frustrating. People would question the Ray Montgomery decision then. But nobody is questioning it now. Everyone is calling it a bad decision because then the guy gives him a grand slam because you left him in. So a ridiculous 7-run 8th or 7-run 6th, that made it 7-2. And I don't care how much heart this team has. No team has enough heart to come back from 7-2 when you're up 2-0. You give up a 7-run inning. No one does. And so I'm not even going to get on the Angels lineup for not coming back. I back this team to come back if they're down 3-2 because they have proven they will do it. But they're not coming back from 7-2 when you lose all the energy. It's all sucked out of the room because of what Zeferjahn and Montgomery did. So with all that being said, we're going to take our break here. When we come back, we have to talk about how the Angels went up 2-0. Yes, we will talk about that meaningless home run from Jorge Soler. Is it fully meaningless? And then, yes, we'll look to tomorrow's Game 3 rubber match to win the series, to go back to 500. We'll talk about all of that after our break here on the Locked On Angels Postcast. Now, on this Wednesday, today's show is brought to you by Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site made for the skilled trades, Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400-plus top brands, you'll find exactly what you need delivered fast from coast to coast. 200,000 parts from 400 top brands. It's amazing. If you need help with an order, Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for an extra edge, their free TradeMaster program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it's your turn. Join the TradeMaster program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. And today's show is also brought to you by Monarch Money. If you ever wish managing your money felt easier with Monarch Money, it can. Whether you're growing your savings or planning a big purchase, Monarch puts you in the driver's seat. It's like having your own personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app, it's a lot more. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place. So in addition to managing your money, you're also building wealth. I'm personally using it right now because I got to go buy a new car. My car got wrecked, and so I have already been using it, going to keep using it to budget smartly, to plan smartly for the future, and make that big purchase. So take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at Monarch Money for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONMLB for half off your first year. Monarch Money. Back here live on the Locked On Angels Postcast. Angels are cursed. They get to 42-42, and once again, they cannot get over the 500 hump. A very infuriating bottom of the 6th inning where Ryan Zeferjahn comes in and gives up 7 runs to have a 2-0 game turn into a 7-2 defeat and an 8-3 loss. It was a 7-2 deficit, and eventually an 8-3 loss. Now, if you missed this one, the game couldn't have started any better. And once again, if there's a few things you can rely on this team, it's scoring early in games and scoring late in games. And once again, they did it. And there's been no more reliable hitter on the Angels as of late. And it's crazy to say that than Jo Adell. The guy has been the best player on the team for the past 4 or 5 weeks. There's no other way to put it. 12-game hitting streak, and he's getting it done in so many different ways, whether it's the solo shot or the 3-run shot or the RBI double that he had yesterday, or a night like tonight where he comes up after a 1-out walk from Seanwell, a 2-out single from Taylor Ward that makes it first and second. Wild pitch makes them both go, or advance, so it's second and third. And then Jo Adell, second and third, 2 on, 2 out, falls behind 1-2, makes it 2-2, makes it 3-2, and then crushes a 3-2 fastball right down the middle, right up the middle, 106.6 exit velo, 2-run score. The guy's been phenomenal. The OPS has gone from like 700 all the way up to 811. It was 820 after that swing. And I know I see people in here talking about the All-Star game and if anyone deserved to be in it as a starter for the Angels. I know Mike Trout had a shot. Let's be honest, Mike Trout probably didn't deserve to be an AL starter, right? Unfortunately, I don't think Jo Adell would have been a starter either, but if Jo Adell did what he has been doing the past 5 weeks, if he did that 4 weeks earlier, right, and then had another 3-4 weeks of being solid, if the average was 260, if the the OPS was 850, something like that, I don't think he's a starter, but you could make the argument he's an all-star. He certainly has been the best player for the Angels the last month and a half. He's got the highest OPS on the team pretty clearly now. The average all the way up to 243. He's getting RBIs out the wazoo every freaking way possible. Home run, doubles, swings, singles, walks, everything. So impressive. And that big swing made it 2-0 Angels. He was one of the only guys who had a good game tonight. Taylor Ward did go 2 for 4, but he did have 2 strikeouts. Mike Trout goes 1 for 4. Seanwell 1 for 3 with a walk. Zach Neto has quietly been really poor as of late. Another 0 for 4 with a strikeout from him. Rengifo has been kind of heating up. Fortunately, he falls back to an 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Christian Moore did have the 2 walks before he got hurt, and we really, really, really cannot afford to lose him. We're already very weak in the infield. Second baseman and third baseman, already very weak spots. Please, we cannot lose Christian Moore. Hope he is okay. Yes, Michael. Christian Moore, speedy recovery. Let's manifest it. But yes, moral of the story is you really only had that, right? The offense was not great outside of that. You had 2 singles in that inning plus a walk. For the remaining, 5-6 innings, you only had a couple hits. And then we did get that home run from Jorge Soler in the top of the 9th. Is it meaningless for the game? Yes. But for the long run for Jorge Soler, absolutely not meaningless, right? This is a guy who's been really poor. He's a home run hitter. Every time he hits a home run, it's going to give him some more confidence. Every time he hits the ball hard, it's going to give him some more confidence, right? And so he turns an 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts into a 1 for 4 with an RBI, a run, and a hit, right? So I'm not ready to say Jorge Soler is back or anything, but it's now back-to-back games with a good swing. We'll take that. Let's hope that he can keep that going. Let's hope that Christian Moore can stay in the lineup. And no, I don't believe what people are saying about a losing streak or anything like that. How long can we take this 500 curse? I don't know, Halo J. It's a good question. And I know people already ripping on me. See, yeah, we got people saying there's a losing streak coming. No. Let's not do this, guys. We are an average team, okay? We're not a team that's going to lose 10 games in a row anymore. We're just an average team that's going to win 3 and then lose 3 and then win 2 and then lose 2 and then win 5 and lose 5. That's what we are right now. And so do I think we can win tomorrow? Absolutely, right? We're an average team. We've been average. The record is now average. But guess what we have to do? All we have to do is win the freaking game tomorrow. Win the game tomorrow. You're 42-42, or excuse me, 43-43. We have the starting pitcher advantage once again. Soriano, 3.99 ERA, Elder, 5.82 ERA. So we have the pitching advantage. That would make it 43-43. Then we travel to face a hot Blue Jays team, but I think we can do it. Okay. So yes, Adell on a huge hitting streak. Yes, Seth, that is right. Michael is advocating to release Zeferjahn and bring back Hector Neris. They're never going to release Zeferjahn. He's young. They just acquired him in a trade. But maybe it's time to give him, some time to think about things. But again, guys, let's not act like this was a game where we got blown out the entire game and that we suck. This is a game that, hey, when it was 2-0 in the top of the 6th inning, I know you guys weren't saying, hey, we're going to lose 8 games in a row. You were saying, hey, we're about to be over 500, and there was going to be people in the comment section popping champagne, right? So should we be upset that we lost? Absolutely. Should we be pissed off at Montgomery for both bringing in Zeferjahn, but more importantly, leaving him in? Yes. Should we be pissed off at Zeferjahn? Yes. But guess what? We shouldn't suddenly now act like this team is terrible. This is an average baseball team that's going to continue to be average, right? So with all that being said, extremely long show today, 26 plus minutes, supposed to be 18, but we had a lot to say in this one, and you guys did, and I do want to respond to everything you said. So shout out to all of you guys. Appreciate you all so much. We'll see you back here tomorrow. I know I jinxed it and called a win today and they lost, but guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to jinx it. I'm calling a win tomorrow. We've got the better starting pitcher. I know the lineup does not look good. Theirs has looked better, but only in an inning or two. Before the 6th inning, they hadn't scored a run in the series yet, right? So I'm still backing the Angels to win tomorrow. Shout out to that. I appreciate you guys saying I'm speaking the truth. It's a new day. I'm tired of this. Hilarious. I like it. So calling a meaningful hit. Thank you, Halo J. Shout out to everybody in here. But with all that being said, we're going to wrap this one up. See you guys tomorrow. Have a great night. Vinny said, and we lost tomorrow. Thanks for jinxing it. Nathan says, no more jinxes. Thank you, Saul. But we're going to wrap it up. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Keep your heads up. Let's win tomorrow. We'll be 43-43. And no better day to finally break the 500 curse than on Friday, July 4th. Let's see if we can do that, especially against a Canadian team. But for now, take care. Have a great day, everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow. Keep your heads up and go Angels.